Hello, my friends. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you are here today. It's Trish Carr, and I'm here again with another episode of Be Real, Get Real with your Women's Prosperity Network community. And I'm so excited today. Am I not always so excited? First of all, it's Friday. Isn't that the best day of the week? I don't care if you're working tomorrow. I don't care if you're working Sunday. There's something about Friday that always feels good to me. So I'm giving you some of that Friday energy. And I am so excited because every Friday I get to be with you and to share with you an amazing person who's going to tell you all about herself. And what you're going to learn from her is, how do you get through what you think you're not going to get through? And how do you live the purpose you were meant to live, regardless of what you go through? So let me tell you a little bit about my guest today. Few people have had the life that this woman has had and have ended up where she is. And that's running a worldwide community dedicated to the empowerment of self and the empowerment of others. Sophia's soul is an amazing soul. She was born with a genetic disorder and underwent about 30 operations, not to mention she just had one these past few months. And she's been able to transform her life with the power of positive thought, self-esteem, and get this one, sound healing. Now, I've heard about sound healing before. I actually experienced it myself. And I want to really talk more about that because it was so healing. Now, all of this work over the years has brought Sophia to where she is now, and that's leading a global movement of love, growth, and connection through what's called our sacred community. Please help me welcome the fantastic Sophia Soul. How are you doing, my friend?
After that introduction, Trish, I'm doing really, really well.
You are, and I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, Sophia is here from New South Wales in Australia, all the way on the other side of the world. And it's 3 a.m. where she is right now. So this is a woman who's dedicated to making sure that we get the message out so that everybody knows what we're up to at Sacred You. And the whole idea of this broadcast is to meet the people behind the business, meet the people behind the leadership. Because honestly, we do business with people, right? We don't do business with business. So when
No,
we get to know the people, we get to know them. When you get to know them, you get to like them. And oh my gosh, I love Sophia. She's awesome. And when I know her and love her like I do, I absolutely trust her and want to be a part of her amazing community. So, Sophia, I'm so happy that you are here with us today. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
thank you, thank you,
You
thank
are
you.
so welcome. So, when I read your bio and I hear that you had a genetic disorder and you've had 30 or more operations, so I really would like to start there. So, this genetic disorder that you have, when did it start manifesting? When did you see it? Was it right away, or how did that go?
Probably, well, when I was really young, really, really, really young. Well, first of all, I was really ill when I was about three, and almost died. I think I had double pneumonia and
So,
stuff. And
about 3 years old
yeah,
then. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So I didn't. I was pretty sick my whole childhood. But the actual bone problem, I think, was about eight.
Mm.
When I had my first operation, my first major operation. And that was just because I was having a lot of pain and just, yeah, pain everywhere. And they discovered that I had lumps of cartilage on all my joints. Didn't know what it was, didn't know why, just lumps of cartilage because I grew up in what was then a small country town. No genetic specialist, no nothing. There was an orthopedic surgeon, and they just thought, oh well, you've got these lumps of cartilage, we'll take them off, and they, which is fine, and then they grew back, so
Of
they
course.
off again. and that was my whole growing up life. That was,
Well, isn't that kind of like how it works? We're going to fix the symptom of whatever the problem is, but we're certainly not going to find out what the problem is.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, no,
duh.
they didn't know. It wasn't until I was 20, I took myself to Brisbane, the capital city of Queensland, where I grew up, and went and saw a genetic specialist. And after lots of testing and all this type of stuff, they finally realised what I had and stuff. So yeah, so that was, but all the operations were because I just kept getting these lumps of cartilage and a lot of pain. Had a lot of problem moving, sleeping, whatever it was, and so they took it all off, and then it would grow back over time.
And where are you now with that?
Oh, that's all over.
So they
That's
figured
all
out
over.
the root cause, they were able to deal with it.
Yes, yeah, and basically when I stopped growing, right, all the lumps of cartilage stopped growing. So I didn't have to have any more surgery. And I also made the decision that I'd have no more surgery too, because my body just had enough. You get
Mm.
to a stage where it's just no, you just can't do anymore. I um, I actually, what happened very quickly is in two different occurrences, I fell over, I fell downstairs, and completely wrecked my knees, right? At two different occurrences, and I went off to see an orthopedic surgeon, and he said, "You're too young, but you need two knee replacements. There's nothing else you can do." But it was at that stage where my body just went into trauma. I could literally feel it going into trauma and just saying, "No more. There has to be another way. No more surgery, no more drugs." I was on high level of pharmaceutical drugs, high
Yes.
level opioids, narcotics, and I just couldn't. My body couldn't take it anymore. So I just stopped. I literally I went to India for 4 months. I detoxed. I did lots of yoga. I did lots of alternative, natural healing, natural
Mm-hmm.
methods. Lots of yoga, lots of massages, lots and lots and lots of stuff, and no more surgery. That was just it. And so I was still in pain, but there was other ways, and that's where I got into sound healing because
So you found sound
I
healing
found,
as you were going through this journey?
yes, yes, because well, after I went to India and did all the massages and acupressure and all the stuff that they do in India, which was incredible. Oh my God, I came back totally new. Um, I would still get in pain, right? Because I have uh, challenges in walking, and if I
Well,
walk too
clearly,
much,
if they told you needed two knee
yeah,
replacements, I would think that would be an issue around walking.
yes, yes, yeah. So I was still in pain, but I just refused to take drugs for it,
Mm.
right? And I just said there has to be another way. So I came home and I tried all different things. I tried acupressure, I tried Reiki. Oh my God, Reiki is amazing. I tried all sorts of things. Um, and then one day I wanted to do some breath work to release some childhood stuff. And the breath worker also did sound healing. And I discovered sound healing. So that was when my body just said, "This is what I need."
Amazing.
Yeah. So that was it.
So
Um,
you were probably in your 20s or 30s at that point.
yes, yes, yes. In my 30s.
So how did you keep going? Like, how did you? Because I can't. I'm sure there was the emotional toll on you must have been so big.
Yes, thank you. So when I was growing up with all this surgery, and Trish, I look different. I mean, I've accepted that. I'm only 4 foot something.
Yes,
I've never been.
you small things come in good, big package. I mean, good things come in
I'm in
little
small cap.
packages.
Yeah, thank you. Um, I've never been higher than 5 foot. and I've shrunk. I've been shrinking, which was causing some of the problems because my neck was compressing because I had arthritis all in my neck. So when you're growing up in especially in school, unfortunately, we live in a world today where anyone who's different, children and teenagers, they're not taught or they're not growing up with the skills of accepting anything that's different. And when you've got someone who's different, they don't know how to deal with this, right? And we live in a world of bullying.
Yes.
So I was very, very, very bullied. And so, yes, that affected me emotionally. That's why I made a decision when I was 13 never to have children.
Oh my
I
goodness.
still
That's a
remember saying to my
life-changing
dad,
decision.
yeah, I still remember that day. I would never have children. I would never put anyone else through what I went through, right? Especially on an emotional level. Physically, eventually you recover. I mean, but the body stores all trauma in our cells. So that's why we need to do a lot of work to release it and heal it and let it go. But all through my growing up years, very, very much traumatized, bullied, traumatized. So I had no self worth. I developed a very bad stutter. I didn't even think I was worthy enough to speak.
Oh, wow.
And, there were a couple of times when I had decided or tried to or thought that I'd be better off not being here. Right?
Mm.
The universe had other plans, and that didn't work. And so it was just through that. I mean, I'm really grateful because all that whole experience, I wouldn't be who I am now. But
I know. And, one of my mantras is everything that's happened to me is the absolute best thing that can happen to me because it brought me here. So when I'm even going through it, that's my mantra.
mm,
But I'm thinking, you had been dealing with this since 3 years old. Who was supporting you? What was your community like? Were you being taken care of? Who was
um,
taking care of you? Who was there for you?
well, my family and and my parents, but they could only do they did the best that they could do,
Right.
right? When everyone, I really believe everyone does the best they can given the circumstances. Now, this is something totally new, even though it was a genetic thing. And even though my mother had the same disorder, she didn't know. She didn't have the bone problems, right? We look
Mm.
very similar, but she never had the surgery like I did. As it got passed down, it gets worse.
Mhm.
And and for males, if there's any males who are born with this condition, have a high chance of mental issues. Um, but they could only do what they could do, and there
Mhm.
was a lot of family stuff going on too, relationship stuff going
Of
on, and
course, life goes on. That's the
yes,
other thing.
yes,
You wanna be center of attention, but that's not the case.
no, no,
Mm.
and and my parents went through a divorce and everything else, and I did the blame me for it. I blamed myself for it and all that stuff. Um, but you get to a stage where well, for me, I got to a stage where I made a decision. This is my life, and I had a choice. I could either continue living my life as a victim and the poor me, why not my sister, what did I do to deserve this, type of thing, or I could take responsibility for my life and turn it around and make the best of it that I could. So over time, I really worked on my self-esteem. I learned about self-esteem. I studied it. I went to self-esteem retreats, read everything that I could.
Mm.
I started to facilitate, teach workshops and retreats on self-esteem, all because I needed it.
I know. We always teach what we need to
What we
learn,
need.
don't we?
Yeah, yeah. And I worked on it every single day, and I still do, because it's an ongoing process. And if it wasn't for that, I mean, I wouldn't be here. I had to learn how to talk again. I mean, that was earlier because I went to speech therapy because, like I said, I had a fear of speaking.
Right.
And but just slowly turn that around, and then eventually, like I said, I got into sound healing, and that changed my life totally.
Amazing. It's amazing.
It's for me. Thank you, but for me, it's all where my whole life has been guided by the universe. Really, really has, and I really believe that we can manifest what we want, what we need. Um, and I just put out to the universe whatever it is that I needed, and the universe provides. Sometimes in different ways. Sometimes they're not the ways that I want or expect. But I really believe that.
And beyond all of that, you've created this incredible global community. Tell us a little bit about the sacred community.
Sacred you. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're going to be here all day. No, very
Tell me, why do I want to know more about it?
Why do you want to know more about it? Because you just got to come and join it. No, okay. So we are a global community, mainly in Australia and the US, Canada at the moment. Europe is slowly happening, but they're on a totally different time zone too. Uh,
Yes. You'd have to be up 24 hours to cover everybody.
yes, yeah, basically. Um, and we just provide connection. You know, so many people. Connection is such a human need. It's one of our six greatest needs is to connect. We used to sit around, in villages, at gatherings, and communities, and connect. So we provide opportunities for people to connect to themselves, to connect to other heart-centered people, to connect with their purpose, their passion, to connect with clients and customers if they have businesses, and also opportunities to contribute. Contribution is another human need. All
Yes.
right. So to contribute to the growth or the healing, the growth of the planet, of other people. So if anyone has a business or a passion in any of the holistic, the spiritual, the well-being fields, then we have an opportunity for that to happen mainly through our special interest tribes. We have 30 special interest tribes on all different topics in those fields, from human design to self-esteem to we've got a bewitching tribe that covers astrology, all sorts of things. So many different things. Our new one is feng shui. We've got business tribes too.
Oh,
Two
feng
tribes
shui. I love it. Business tribes, feng shui tribes. I mean, everything. And if I
every
go to sacredyou.love, that's where I can learn more.
Yes, yes. Sacredyou.love, and then under our tribes, you'll see all our special interest tribes. So that provides an opportunity for people to connect all over the world on a special interest.
I love that. And
So
you know
that's
what we find? We find that everybody's the same, and we may have differences in our daily lives, but we all have the same needs, the same wants, the same important to be loved and to give love and to contribute. That's
yes.
wonderful. And I know you have an event coming up very soon.
Oh my God, yes.
Tell us about Harmony
I
Fest.
am so excited. It's only 4 days away. I am so, so, so excited. So Harmony Fest is in 4 days. It's a 4 day experience, spiritual, holistic, and well-being experience. Oh my God. And now part of Harmony Fest, we have online readers. We've got 14 online readers from all over the world coming on, tarot and astrology and channeling. We also have human design readers. We've got an Akashic record reader. So 14 readers. We have 23, I think, masterclasses, again on all different topics in those fields. Plus, we have virtual stall holders, 24, I think, anyway, virtual stall holders who over those 4 days will be doing presentations for, we've got 12 hours from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Australian time, which I think it's about 12 to 12 Pacific, 12,
Mm-hmm.
12 noon to 12 midnight. So it doesn't mean that people have to be there all day, but whatever time you can just pop into the Sacred You Facebook group. So I think it's facebook./groups/sacredyou.love. But you come in and everyone is presenting their gifts, their passion, and that's all free. You can register for free. The online readers of the masterclasses, some of them are free. The masterclasses, some of them are free. Some of them have a charge to it. The online readers have a charge to it, but a lot of people are giving discounts just for Harmony Fest. Oh my God, I am so excited. I'm really actually honoured, Trish, to be able to bring this to the world. And so looking forward to our next one next year.
Yes, it's becoming an annual event. And I just put the Facebook group in the comments as
Yes,
well as Harmony Fest info. You just go to sacredyou.love and the information is there.
yes,
It's coming up in October, so make sure
yes.
you definitely check it
Four
out.
days.
And if you're watching this and it's June, go to the website and get ready for next October.
Yes,
For sure. And
yes.
really, it is 4 days. So the thing is that sacred sacred you is opening up the door for you to come in. Consider it like an open house. You come in and you visit for a little while, you leave, you can come in again the next day for a little while and leave. You come whenever it's convenient for you, and you'll have the opportunity to hear from really experts from all over the world, and you'll have the opportunity for readings in many different areas. I
Yes,
imagine you'll have some kind of sound healing person there, right?
yes, yes, yeah,
Yes.
yes, there is. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And stuff. So,
Wonderful.
yeah,
That
no,
is so wonderful. And Sophia, it doesn't stop because while you have handled the genetic issue and now your life goes on, just this year you dealt with another issue that happened that you found out of, again, you always hear these. I went to a regular exam or I hurt myself and they found something. So you hurt your shoulder, you went to the doctor, and what happened?
and I found a brain tumor.
And
I
they
mean, you
found
have
it, and
to
she's
laugh.
laughing about it. They
You
found
have
a
to laugh
brain tumor.
about
She's cracking up.
I remember being in hospital because I smashed my shoulder, okay, with my body, right? Once I stopped growing really, really quickly, my joints started to break down. Okay, so I've got osteoporosis everywhere. All my joints are pretty well, all my bones are, pretty well that thin. Anyway, I fell over and broke my shoulder, smashed my shoulder, and whilst I was in there, they decided to do a brain, not a brain scan, a CT scan of my head in case of something, because they said, "Did you hit your head?" And I said, "Well, I think so." And they found this brain tumor, and I just remember laying in hospital, still hadn't had my surgery for my shoulder. That took 4 days because they were so busy. Um, and they came in, "Oh, we found this thing. You're going to have brain surgery." Oh, really? Yeah. So it was a tumor that they found that inside my ventricle that it was benign. It wasn't cancerous or anything like that. They knew that straight away, but it was pretty big.
And it
Um,
was stopping the natural flow of your body. So eventually it would have caused
a
you
lot of
to
problems.
not be here anymore.
Yeah, a lot of problems.
Yeah.
If it grows any bigger, there's a high chance of having major issues. And so yeah, so they found that, and like I said, I mean, it's amazing what happens. And if I can say really, really quickly, Trish, if we've got time, I mean, I really believe that I manifested it. And I did think about, if I said, well, if I manifested it, I can unmanifest it. But I still decided to have the surgery because I knew I wasn't in the situation to heal it in the time that it needed,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it needed to be healed reasonably quickly.
Yes.
Because that's what I believe, all these things happen to us for a reason. Right now, over the last 2 years in building this community, as you would know, what it took you to build, the Women's Prosperity Network, you put yourself under a lot of pressure.
Yes.
And that's what I went through. I went through 2 years during COVID and whatever of a lot of pressure, intense stuff. Now, that was my doing.
Yeah, and it was
Right.
self-imposed for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I put myself under a lot of pressure. And so I really believe that I manifested a lot of pressure inside my brain because it was mental pressure. And I know that if even though I chose to have it removed surgically, if I don't learn that lesson, it's just going to come back again.
Exactly.
So that's the thing. So now I have an opportunity to change that and let go of that pressure. So what do? I develop Harmony Fest, which is extreme pressure. But you have fun. You've got to have fun.
Oh, I'm so glad you're well. I love your new hair. Once you had the if you go back on Facebook, you'll see Sophia even shared here's my scar and all that stuff. Meanwhile, I don't want to even show you my grays in the corner. You're showing your scars. So yeah, I love your new hair. It looks great on you. I'm so thrilled for you because all that pressure and all of the work that you've done in the last year has resulted in a community that's thriving, that works, that connects. And knowing that we live in a world where the greatest issue right now is looking like it's loneliness,
Yes.
that people are so isolated.
Yes.
This community is a beautiful way for people to come together on common ground, to enjoy each other, to get to know each other, for fun, for self-care, right? Those are ways you take care of yourself by connecting with other people. So I really urge all of you to be sure to go and find out more at sacredyou.love and join us at Harmony Fest in the next couple of weeks. And Sophia Soul, you are a light, truly a light. And you have the absolute perfect name because your soul is full of beautiful light for all of us. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us today, Sophia.
Thank you.
Appreciate you so much.
Appreciate
you so much. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being with us again this week. And we will see you next time. Be sure to go to womensprosperityNetwork.com. If you're not yet a member, you can become a member for FREE. So if you're a member in the Facebook group, we love you. Now come and join us at womensprosperityNetwork.com. Get your free membership started. And it will be my pleasure to see you again next time for another episode of Be Real, Get Real with Women's Prosperity Network. Thank you again, Sophia. Everybody have a wonderful day.
Yes, and do join.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. Beautiful. Truly, one of the best things I've done. WPN, the Women's Prosperity Network. So much.